think is like the genesis point of a lot of this like Muslim terrorism, like Islamic terrorism. It's coming out of Iran, whether it's Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, there are other militia groups in Iraq. Like a lot of the problems that we have come from Iran. And so if Iran is neutralized, those other problems not only become a lot weaker, but they'll also probably disperse in a pretty big way, right? Because they're not going to be funded. Or Pakistan. Well, we have a lot more connection with Pakistan than we do with Iran, very clearly. Check Jennifer and Griffin. Yeah, I'll look at that in just a second, okay? I'll pull it up. If we don't, it'll just let them raise another generation of terrorists. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, the longer that you, like, I mean, this problem should have been solved in 1979. Like, we should have never let this happen in the first place. And now that it is happening, you know, every year that you let this go on is a year that it gets worse. And there's another big component to it as well, is that Iran, I think, has been engaging in a massive disinformation, misinformation campaign on social media to try to reframe things and to try to do different problems. And so you also have a foreign state actor that is engaged with like an active disinformation campaign on everybody inside of the West, right? So it's not just that they're posing a threat this way, they're also posing a threat ideologically. It comes from the Quran, it's around for 700 years. I don't know about the Quran, right? I'm talking about like, I mean, this is Iran. The AI videos are so convincing though, yeah. You miss it, there are Iran good people also? Well, the overwhelming majority of people in Iran are good people that don't want to have anything to do with this, right? They don't even like their own government. So I think it's very obvious that's true. I think most people realize that. CENTCOM says it acted in self-defense by striking Iranian targets after Iran threatened U.S. ships. Here's what I think is really going on. I think that we are never going to know what actually happened or who actually attacked first. And I'll give you maybe a hot take. I don't care. If we didn't attack first, we should have. Should have immediately gone after these people. Like, there's never going to be a point. This is my perspective. There's never going to be a point where the Iranian government will become reasonable or easy to work with. Any conversation, any sort of you know, like agreement that you have with them, they will break it the moment that they can. They only use agreements and diplomacy as a military strategy. Like everything is moving towards the military strategy of consolidating more power, committing more terrorism, causing more problems. So it's to buy time. Yes, exactly. It's all part of a military strategy. Like Israel, I don't care. We're not in a war against Israel. We're in a war against Iran. Like, even if you think Israel's bad, you can't say that also Iran isn't bad. So, I mean, worst case scenario, you've got two bad actors. And so right now we're focused on Iran. So again, I don't care about, oh, but Israel. I think that the majority of the people that are doing that are just trying to protect Iran for a religious reason or for some other sort of anti-Western reason. I don't care about any of that. They did drop the first bombs. Maybe, I don't know. And UAE signed a deal with Ukraine, so it's Ukraine's anti-drone tech that's defending UAE, not the Iron Dome. Oh, I didn't even know that. You cannot obtain this objective without this constant bombing. You need to attack with land troops in a region, or you're wasting your time, money, and continuing the endless sand war. Well, I don't know yet. I mean, I'm sure they have like some kind of strategy. It just depends on whether it's going to work out or not. And I don't know what they're going to do. Confirmed senior officials said the U.S. military just struck Iran's bunker. Yeah, not a surprise either. It's a naval checkpoint. I'm surprised they even have any naval checkpoints. Like, I thought we blew all that stuff up. Like, that's even surprising to me. Yeah, let's try bombs first. Yeah, I feel like bombs are working, right? I mean, it's definitely working. I mean, their amount of power and everything has been minimized tremendously. So what is this here? All the reports from CBS citing U.S. officials came under intense attack from Iran. Fast attack boats and missiles in an engagement characterized as far fiercer than the past engagement the two vessels were involved in. Well, I think that's the reason why, is that that's the reason why they want to do a ceasefire. Is they'll ask for ceasefires and other negotiations so they can continue to accumulate resources and then attack again. That's what it is. Oh, well, the Western Christian, Israel's 100% more the problem. I don't know.
My
I mean,
treasure, taking the one piece for them, horde of goblins. Well, Man, I've got some bad news. My Trump phone has still not arrived. I don't know what's happened. Maybe a angry horde of goblins got in there and stole my Trump phone, my treasure, taking the one piece for themselves, because I was told over a week ago that in the next day or two I was going to be getting my email with the shipping information for my Trump phone, my T1 device that I put $100 on, and I haven't received that email, and it's not like they were saving it as some kind of surprise gift for me or anything, like a fucking birthday clown scooting in with the T1 device in hand for me. Nothing. Crickets, again. And also, I did just learn about the Trump Mobile terms and conditions. I don't know if these are new and I just missed them, because no sane human being on the planet is actually perusing the terms and conditions and going through line by line checking, at least not normally. But I've also been told that these are new additions to Trump Mobile. Either way, they are fucking alarming. I'm going to get to that here in a little bit, because I also called customer support about the terms and conditions, because if you actually dropped 100 clams on this and then took a peek at those, you should be sweating. It is wacky what they've put in there. But before then, I did give Trump Mobile a call yesterday before learning about the terms and conditions, just to check on the status of my order, because surely, you know, after I was told that it'd be shipped out in the next day or two, something must have just been cause for the holdup. Maybe Trump went in there personally to start kissing each and every phone, and his lips got a little dry, so he had to take the day off before getting to mine. I can understand that. There must have just been something in the pipeline that went a little cattywampus, but is probably soon fixed, and I'll be getting my email any day. Well, it's been almost a week since Trump Mobile Support told me that I'd be getting an email about my T1 mobile device shipping, but I think the email must have got lost in the cyberspace somewhere, so I kind of want to just check in and make sure that everything's still going according to schedule, and I'll be receiving my T1 mobile device in my hands any day now. I just want to make sure everything's alright.
Thank you for calling Trump Mobile. For English, press 1. Para español, oprima el número 2.
One day I'm gonna press 2. One day I'm gonna press dos, but today is not that day.
Press 1 to open a new Trump Mobile account. Otherwise, press 2 for support with an existing. Thank you for calling Trump Mobile. Your call is very important to us. To ensure
Let's
the
see what's
highest
going
level
on.
of customer care, this call may be recorded for quality control and training purposes. Please hold, and our next available representative will be with you shortly. You can also visit our website at www.trumpmobile.com to apply for a new account or access your personal account portal.
No hold music? What happened? Where's my hold music? Why is it just pure silence, just crickets? Did they not did they not want to pay for licensing rights for just fucking elevator music now? It's absurd. I'm supposed to be a valued customer and you can't even blast me some goddamn tunes? No boner jams while I wait? Jinkies, it must be busy over there at Trump Mobile. What in tarnation? This is taking quite a while. It must be a company-wide issue that the emails didn't go out to all the Trump Mobile customers that are eagerly awaiting their Christmas gifts from Santa.
Hello, and thank you for calling Trump Mobile. This is Nina. How can I assist you?
Hey, hello. I just wanted to check on the status of my order.
It's been in a whole separate window.
Hello? Oh. Hello? They hung up on me. What the fuck is that? What? Pardon? Wait, what? I'll call back. Must have been a misinput there. Interesting.
Thank you for calling Trump Mobile. For English, press
Okay,
1.
here I
Para
come.
español, oprima el número 2 shortly.
Man, I
You
waited
can also
so
visit our
long for that
website
too.
at www.trumpmobile.com to apply for a new account or access your personal. Thank you for calling Trump Mobile. How can I assist you today?
Hey, hello. I was just hoping to check on the status of my T1 device.
I can definitely assist you with that. Can I get your first and last name?
Charles White.
Okay, so as of right now, we're still waiting on the phones to be shipped out. We don't have an exact date, but it's still going by first come, first served basis.
Oh, okay. I called last week and I was told that I should be receiving an email in the next day or so because they were shipping out at the end of April. Did something happen?
So they were supposed to get shipped out at the end of April. They just did not. It's now been extended. So you would have gotten that email if it did, but you get an email when it does shipped out. That is correct.
Okay. All right. So when is there's like no ballpark estimate on when that might be though?
No, sir. We have no exact date.
Okay. Well, do you guys have the T1 though, right? Like it is like it's there, right?
Like here in office, we have one here in office.
Okay. So all right. Well, that's reassuring because now I'm starting to get a little concerned about the whereabouts is all.
Oh, got you. Okay, yes, we've got ours shipped here in the office yet. The phones just hasn't been shipped out to the customers yet. That makes sense.
Okay. Understood. I appreciate the update.
No problem. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that'll be it. Thank you.
You can call Trip Mobile. Have a nice evening.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
He did not sound happy. I have to imagine there is a lot of rowdy fucking worms that are calling, blowing up their phones about the T1 device. It's not cheap, by the way. That was supposed to come out in August of 2025. So I bet there's people that are like actually steaming. So I never want to be like aggressive to them. I mean, it's not their fault. It's their job. They have to take the calls. That's got to be fucking brutal, though. I can only imagine what that's like. So, looks like the end of the month in April didn't quite pan out, which I can't believe. It's unlike them to miss dates and deadlines and expectations and break promises. That's so odd. And I guess the last customer support rep, when she told me that I'd be receiving an email in the next day or two, I guess that also fell through the cracks. I guess it's back to any day now, which is exciting. So any day now, I should be getting my Trump phone. I can't wait. Maybe. So after looking at the terms and conditions, which I was told are new, but I have no way of confirming if that's true or not, I just never even checked them because why would I? You would expect it to just be like normal boilerplate shit in a phone terms and conditions, but Trump Mobile's terms are very weird. Like I'm talking like goofy shit. This, like, oh my. Let's dive into this League of Legends champion lore. So, deposit purpose will start there. A pre-order deposit provides only a conditional opportunity if Trump Mobile later elects in its sole discretion to offer the device for sale. That's already sounding alarms in my noodle. What do you mean? A conditional opportunity if they offer the device for sale? The device is for sale, isn't it? They are taking my money right now. They have my 100 doubloons. So surely the device is already for sale, right? Like, isn't that how that works? A deposit is not a purchase, does not constitute acceptance of an order, does not create a contract for sale, does not transfer ownership or title interest, does not allocate or reserve specific inventory, and does not guarantee that a device will be produced or made available for purchase. So they're not even guaranteeing that the device is being produced or will be made available for purchase. And they also say that it does not reserve specific inventory. That's the whole idea of pre-ordering something, that you are reserving that specific thing that you are putting money into. You are putting $100 into this phone that they are selling, and they are telling you the price of the phone is like $500, but $100 is supposed to grant you access to purchasing that device when it's available. Like, it is supposed to hold it for you. That's the entire idea behind a pre-order. And it's, again, not cheap. Thousands of people put $100 down. They allegedly made millions upon millions of dollars off the T1 device. And then here in their own terms, they're saying that, well, it doesn't actually do anything at all. And then there's also a section about no binding sale, which goes through about how until you satisfy these 4 conditions, the 4 commandments of Trump Mobile, then you don't actually have anything that's enforceable. And then this one is super eyebrow raising, where it says no price lock or promotion guarantee. The deposit does not lock in pricing, promotions, service plans, taxes, fees, shipping cost, or other commercial terms. Final pricing and offers will be disclosed at the time of purchase, and you will have the opportunity to accept or reject the final terms before completing your purchase. Pricing and promotional terms may change any time prior to purchase. Any applicable taxes will be calculated at the time of final sale and may vary based on shipping location and then current tax laws. Any prior advertising, marketing materials, product renderings, feature descriptions, or estimated timelines are informational only, and do not constitute binding representations, warranties, or guarantees. So if I'm understanding that correctly, one of the big things there is that the price is not fixed. It is subject to change, which is something I talked about in the last video, how it's looking like it's going to be more expensive, but there was the idea that you were grandfathered in once you put down this deposit at the $500 they were saying that it is, and have been saying that it is for almost a year. This phone was supposed to come out in August of 2025. And when it missed that deadline, it said at the end of 2025. Still, it hasn't come out now, May of 2026. So they're also saying that, well, you can't hold it against us, the estimated timelines. It's all hooey. We're pulling it out of our ass. But the price lock is very interesting. It's saying explicitly it does not price lock. So when you pre-order, you put the $100 down, you are not price locked. But if you look at the top of the page on the website itself, as I'm looking at the terms and conditions, look at the top left. Lock in your T1 phone promotional pricing now. So it is advertising that when you put this money down, you are price locking. That's what it's telling you. It is literally telling you that that's what you're doing. But then when you look at their terms, it's saying, no, that's not actually what you're doing. How is that not fraudulent? That's just a fucking lie then. Also, it says all of the information that they've been providing for a year now about what the T1 is and its specs and all of the renderings and all of that aren't actually representative of the device. It's saying that, nope, all of that could just be a bunch of hoo-ha, a bunch of mumbo-jumbo, and that's okay. So then, you are advertising something, knowingly advertising something that may not be representative of what is actually getting sold to the customer. Again, how is that not fraud? You are blatantly misleading them on purpose. And then in your own terms, they're saying like, yeah, we might be doing that. Can't hold it against us. What the fuck? It continues, no guarantee of release, delivery, or timing. That should make you feel much more comfortable about the $100 you spent on the pre-order when there's not even a guarantee of release in their own terms and conditions. They're selling you something and also letting you know like it might not ever come out. We haven't actually decided. Estimated ship dates, launch timelines, or anticipated production schedule are non-binding estimates only. Trump Mobile does not guarantee that the device will be commercially released. Well, you see, they are actually just selling you an idea of something that they might release, potentially, but will take $100 just for even providing you the idea and the website for the idea. It's fucking lunacy. Regulatory approvals, including FCC authorization, will be obtained. Carrier certification will be secured. Production will commence or continue, or delivery will occur within any specific time frame. Trump Mobile will not be responsible for delay, modification, or failure to release a device due to causes beyond its reasonable control, including but not limited to regulatory review, carrier certification delays, component shortages, labor disruptions, governmental orders, acts of God. Oh, I can't even imagine what that would look like. God comes in and is like, no, the T1 device is too powerful. It will allow you to do too many things. The calls are too pristine. The camera's too good. The steak is too buttery. I will smite it. I like how they threw acts of God in here. But also, according to Trump's spiritual advisor, Trump literally is Jesus. And Trump likes to compare himself to Jesus all the time, too. So why would God come in and try and disrupt the T1 device, the gold-plated T1 mobile device? That wouldn't make any sense. Transportation interruptions or third-party supplier failures. Next, there's no guarantee of network compatibility or performance. Also, if we do deliver this, there's no guarantee it's going to be compatible, and it also might blow major ass. And you have to agree to that. You have to know that. Device compatibility, functionality, performance, and feature availability are not guaranteed and may vary materially based on carrier certification, network conditions, regulatory approvals, software or firmware changes, geographic location, and service plan configuration, except as expressly set forth in the final written product specifications at the time of sale. Trump Mobile disclaims all representations regarding operation on any specific carrier network or support for any particular network technology. And there's also product changes that are permitted, device specifications, features, software, hardware components, storage capacities, bundled accessories, colors, and configurations are subject to change prior to final sale. Images, prototypes, beta demonstrations, and marketing renderings are illustrative only and may not reflect final production units. That's so crazy, man. They are just saying, like, everything we've been telling you, everything we've been showing you, everything we've been saying is probably a lie. It is very potentially a lie. It is only there for illustrative purposes and to get suckers on the hook to give us money. And you have to know that. You should have known that. And so now we're just telling you point blank to your face. Also, this device may never be delivered. And if it's not, that's okay. If we fail to deliver it, no problem. Then we'll take it home here. Deposit, amount, and application. The amount of the deposit will be disclosed at the time of payment. If you complete a device purchase, the deposit will be applied as a credit toward the purchase price at checkout unless you request otherwise or unless the deposit amount exceeds the purchase price. Deposits have no cash value except as expressly disclosed. Then they let you know that you can cancel it before completing the purchase for the refund. So if Trump Mobile cancels or discontinues the device prior to sale, they'll issue a full refund of the deposit amount paid, which, that's nice. Very cool. If we decide not to release it, we'll give your money back, we think. And then if Trump Mobile cancels, delays, or does not release the device, I love how this is a core component in the terms and conditions. Like, listen, guys, we really might not release it. This really might have all been a lie. They keep driving that point home. Your sole and exclusive remedy is a full refund of the deposit amount actually paid, and you waive any claim to equitable, injunctive, or specific performance relief relating to pre-order priority or device allocation. Trump Mobile shall not be liable for indirect, incidental, special, consequential, exemplary, or punitive damages, including loss of opportunity, loss of anticipated savings, loss of priority status, or loss of profits. Now, like I said, I don't typically take a peek at the terms and conditions of products that I buy or pre-order, but I have to imagine it's not entirely standard to constantly reiterate if the device doesn't come out. Also, all of the material you've seen about it might be a lie and not indicative of the actual product if the product ever releases, if they decide they want to release the product for sale, if the product ever gets made. They keep saying if there is a product here. Constantly saying if the product comes out, if this, if that, in regards to the production of it. So what the fuck are you putting $100 on? Like, this is craziness. So even in the most recent video I made covering this, where The Verge did see a T1 device, it's very possible that that's not the device you're going to get, because in its terms, it's saying everything you see about it might not actually be representative of what they ship out, if they ever even ship out a phone, and if they don't, you might get a refund. On their own website, they are the ones constantly telling you that there might not be a phone that's released here. The T1 might not go for sale. They are saying that. What the fuck, man? Why is that even allowed? I feel like if I did something like this, I would be in trouble legally. If I said, I'm releasing the Charles device, the Charles mobile device. You can fucking contact aliens. It's got 55 billion gigawatts of power harnessed from the goddamn Tesseract that I've implanted in each device. I need your pre-orders now at $100 to lock it in. It'll be a $500 phone. Now sign up now. I feel like if I was promoting that, and then I had no phone or anything to show for it, I would face some consequences for it, because it would be labeled a scam. Even if in my terms I'm saying, oh, this is all just marketing. This isn't representative of what I'm actually selling you, if I'm even selling you anything in the first place. Like, I would get in trouble. Anyone would, because anyone would look at that and be like, ooh, that seems like a scam. This feels fake. You are even saying that it might not come out. So even though they're saying, if it doesn't, you can get refunds, you are still hawking something that's not even existing. That's fucking absurd. So anyway, after reading that, I wanted to call Trump Mobile support, get some answers directly from the source. So I got them on the horn to at least just ask about what my pre-order even means, because in their own terms, it says that it doesn't even hold the phone for me. Really, that's what it leads you to believe, that you're not actually securing anything.
Press 1 to open a new Trump Mobile account. Otherwise, press 2 for support with an existing Trump Mobile.
I've become
Thank
a
you for
master at
calling Trump
navigating
Mobile.
this.
Your call is very important to us. To ensure the highest level of customer care, this call
I've
may
been
be
stress
recorded
testing
for
their
quality control
services
and
here.
training purposes. Please hold, and our next available representative will be with you shortly. You can also visit our website at www.trumpmobile.com to apply for a new account or access your personal account portal.
Wasn't there typically 2 stages there? Previously? They hung up on me. What? What is going on? Wait, what? Did they change their support? There were typically 2 things I had to do before getting on the horn with a rep. Time to call back.
Press 1 to open a new Trump Mobile account. Otherwise, press 2 for support with an existing Trump. Thank you for calling Trump Mobile.
Yeah, it
Your
seems like
call
they
is
took
very
out the
important
Spanish
to us.
option.
To ensure the highest level of customer care, this call may
They
be
got
recorded
rid of
for
that one.
quality control.
Thank you for calling Trump Mobile. My name is Jamie, and how may I assist you today?
Hey, I just had a couple of questions about my T1 device.
Okay.
I was told like a week ago I'd be getting an email about it being shipped out to me in the next day or 2, but I haven't received that email. Is that still on schedule?
Yeah, we haven't got an updated date yet on exactly when they're going to be shipped. We're just told any day now that they're going to be going out. So all we're doing right now is just pretty much playing a waiting game for those emails to be shipped out, because we don't even have a ETA on the shipment or anything. Like, we don't have a tracking number. So we're just told that they're going to go out individually to each person who has pre-ordered those. So yeah, it could be any day now. That's all I know.
Okay, no worries. I was looking on the website because I was getting a little concerned, so I checked out the terms and conditions. It said that the pre-order deposit only provides an opportunity if the phone gets released and doesn't actually reserve specific inventory. So does my pre-order not hold a device for me?
Yeah, as far as I know, that's supposed to definitely hold your device for you. All I know is, we have a phone here in the office, so we know that the phones are being shipped out because we, ordered one here just so we can actually physically see it and play with it and everything like that. So, what I know, everyone who has pre-ordered the T1, that holds a space for them to be the first ones to get the phones when they ship out.
Okay, and then about the device itself, on the terms it says that everything that's been advertised about it is all just illustrative and might not represent the phone itself. The phone you have there, is it everything that's been advertised?
Yes, so what I was told, that the phone did go through about 3 different models before they decided on one. So I believe maybe what you're seeing was before they decided on the actual model that they were going to stick with, which is the one now. If you go to trumpmobile.com, the one you see there, that's the one that we have. But I heard they did go through about 3 different models before they landed on this one.
Okay, that's awesome to hear then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just reading through the terms was a little concerning because it keeps reiterating that the phone might not release and that it's not guaranteed to release, and then the pre-order thing just had me a little concerned. But it's definitely coming though, right? It is guaranteed.
Right. Yes, exactly. It's definitely coming. Yeah.
Okay, then I don't know why they would put that in there. That's scaring me.
Yeah, that's odd. Because I didn't even see that one. I don't know. We'll have to get a little bit more information on that just so we can have updates. But all I know is that so far, we're just waiting on those shipments to head out, and we do have one here, so I can confirm that the phone is real, and we got to play with it in person and everything, and so it's pretty real. And I'm just waiting on those to ship out for the ones who's pre-ordered it, so they can go ahead and have theirs as well. But yeah, if you ever have any other concerns, then just reach out to us, and then we'll just get it escalated up to our back-end team to look in more into it for us.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. I just had one other quick question, because in the terms it also said that the pre-order doesn't price lock per se, but when I put the money down, it said it did. So do we have an idea on what the final price is? Because it was supposed to be $500, but reading through here, it said that that could be subject to change, at least as I understand it. Is it still $500?
So the phones are, yes, $499, and then of course you did the $100 deposit, and we don't charge the remaining $399 until the phone has shipped to you.
Okay,
so it is $499, with the $100 deposit, and then the remaining $399 will be charged once the phone actually releases and ships to you.
Okay, awesome. So it is locked in there for me.
Yes.
Perfect. That's great. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure. And hopefully we'll get those phones to you very, very soon. And you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You as well. Take it easy.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, see, I had nothing to be worried about. The terms and conditions got me all riled up over nothing. Everything they say in here is apparently just like a multiversal possibility that maybe they don't deliver the phone, maybe it's not as advertised, maybe you're not price locked, but after talking to support, turns out I am price locked, it is coming, and I can't fucking wait. And it is reserved for me. So I'm going to get my T1 device any day now, which has become the slogan for Trump Mobile, any day, as it has been since August of 2025. Any day is coming, and I can't wait. That's really about it. Very cool. Very awesome. All right. That's it. See ya.
One thing that distinguishes us from most other animals is our ability to engage in what we'll call mental time travel. Mental time travel. You think of something as fundamental as the invention of agriculture. Plant a seed, reap the benefits later. That was a very hard step for us to connect the temporal dots over weeks, months, and years. Can you imagine what it was like for the first human to make this cognitive leap and say, oh, I'm going to die? Right? Because it's this ability to engage in mental time travel that we became aware of death.
This is Star Talk Special Edition. Today, we're talking about the time machine of the mind. Ooh, what does that mean? Well, let's go to my co-host here, Gary Riley. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Neil. We're all back in our man caves remotely, so it's a bit strange from being in your office again.
I miss my office.
Yeah.
And Chuck, actor, comedian.
Yes, I am. I'm actually not here, guys. I'm in the future.
You're in the future in the time machine of the mind.
I'm in the time machine of my mind, talking to you from there.
Well, Gary, you and your producers cooked up this episode, and it needs good ingredients to do the right thing for it. So tell me your thinking.
All right, let's put it this way, shall we? Is time an illusion? All right, hold on to that thought for a moment. And from moment to moment, we transport ourselves backwards and forwards in time in our own brains, remembering the past, projecting to the future. But how does that all work? In today's episode, we are going to wrap our heads around time. Well, we're going to try to wrap our heads around time, and time as we know it in physics, and how we experience it in our own brains. How do we tell time? Why do we tell time? And finally, is time travel possible, but only in our minds? Okay, that's the tease. Let's get
That's
to our
the tease.
guest.
Well, it's a very rich topic that's even been addressed in many a film. And so I'm curious to see how much of that is plausible or just fantasy. So we introduce, we're growing our list, our stable of neuroscientists, because that's the coolest frontier science out there right now.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got Dean Borov9, professor of neurobiology and psychology at UCLA, UCLA. As the non-informed folks might call it. You're author of Your Brain is a Time Machine, the Neuroscience and Physics of Time. That's what really got us interested in your work. So we are delighted to know this. Oh, by the way, buono mano, we were speaking offline. I would have guessed that meant good hands in Italian, that you come from a long line of surgeons and other people who do good things for people. But you disavowed me of this.
Yes, we're more on the sketchy side of that. So I think we're mostly pickpockets.
Pickpockets.
Hey, listen, you got to have some really good hands to be a good pickpocket.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's underappreciated. Exactly right.
Yeah. Like, you have never heard a pickpocket say, "Oh, I'm off thumbs today." Like,
That's true.
it doesn't happen.
And maybe Neil's correct in that there's a connection there that the original pickpockets became surgeons. Because,
Yeah, makes sense.
So tell us how, I could talk the physics of time all day, but that's not why we're here. We want to know the neuroscience of time. So tell me how the brain tells time.
I wish I knew, Neil. No.
Then why do we have you on?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea.
Give me your graduate student. Give me somebody who knows something.
So I think to answer that question, it's helpful to think about man-made clocks. And I think man-made clocks are a bit underappreciated, right? And that through history of civilization, we've been on a quest to make ever better clocks, right? From sundials to water clocks and eventually pendulum clocks and quartz watches to atomic clocks. And today we measure time better than we measure anything else. So even a meter is defined by how far light travels in some specific fraction of a second. So we wouldn't have a good definition of a meter without really good clocks. Now, all these clocks, they can be sophisticated mechanisms, but they rely on a very trivial principle, which is sort of just counting the oscillations of a time base. That time base could be just the swing of a pendulum, the physical vibration of quartz crystals.
It's something that repeats. Just anything.
It repeats. That's all you need for a time base. Something that repeats in a highly regular manner.
And we had that in astrophysics because Earth rotates, that repeats. Earth goes around the sun, that repeats. The moon goes around the Earth, that repeats. So that we had some built-in repeating things in the universe to jumpstart us.
So, and that was the original clock. The sun.
I was going to say that had to be the original clock. It's like, sun goes up, sun goes down. And then, of course, without an understanding of that, you're like, oh, the sun is losing to night. Night is going to take away the sun.
Yeah.
Let's sacrifice some kids.
God is tucking in the sun for tonight. So.
Right.
But
Gotta make sure the sun comes back.
Yeah.
Sacrifice something, yeah.
But the principle is very simple, right? Just counting the ticks of some sort of time base. The brain does not work like that. So the brain, unlike these clocks on our wrists, which are amazing devices, right? Because the same device can tell nanoseconds, milliseconds, seconds, minutes, hours, days, and beyond. when I'm snapping my fingers to the right, it takes a certain amount of time to arrive in the right ear and the left ear. It takes approximately a few hundred microseconds more to arrive at the left ear from the right ear. And that's how we use information, auditory information, to determine if arrive in the right ear and the left ear. It takes approximately a few hundred microseconds more to arrive at the left ear from the right ear. And that's how we use information, auditory information, to determine the location of objects in three-dimensional space. But you can also tell time, of course, on the circadian time of many of hours and a day. But they're totally different clocks. So the clocks in our brain that are responsible for seconds, they don't have an hour hand. And the circadian clock doesn't have a second hand. So this is fundamentally different from how circadian clock doesn't have a second hand. So they don't have an hour hand. And the circadian clock doesn't have a second hand. So this is fundamentally different from how our man-made clocks are working. And they also, for the most part, don't rely on an oscillator. They rely on dynamics. So the better analogy would be an hourglass. So they're just falling. So you have the laws of physics governing the dynamics of a system. And the brain is the most complex dynamical system we know of. And it has these patterns of activity. And these patterns of activity are what we use to tell time on the time scale of seconds, and sort of what you're doing right now, which during this conversation.
So the circadian clock is based on the rotation of the Earth, correct?
Well, its goal is to match up with the rotation of the Earth, but it's of course based on a biomolecular mechanism. So it's actually has this very sophisticated name called the transcription translation autoregulatory feedback loop, which all that means is that DNA makes RNA, which makes proteins, and those proteins inhibit the further synthesis of the DNA. So you have this oscillation that approximately matches the 24-hour rotation of the Earth.
And so why is it that sight and circadian rhythm seem to be linked in some way? Because what you just said in that oscillation, it would seem like they would not. But we know that blind people sometimes have a drift in their circadian rhythm or their circadian internal clock.
Well, doesn't that also happen when you isolate people away from the day and night cycle, and that their natural cycle that is not exactly 24 hours? So that would drift. That's basically the same thing as being blinded to a daytime rhythms.
Right. Both of those things are true. And of course, so the major, the sort of the master circadian clock, and I want to make that clear, it's just the master circadian clock, not for music or anything else, is in the part of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus.
Wow.
The chiasm here refers to the optical nerves that are crossing over, and it's right above. So why is it associated with vision, Chuck? Well, it's because this goes to Gary's question. That's how it's entrained. So if you drift, if you're in a sensory isolation experiment, which people used to do these, people would spend 2 months in a cave away from light, then you drift little by little. But we use the circadian part, the visual part, to entrain our circadian clock. Here, and to understand why that's important, one of my favorite experiments, a very simple experiment in biology, is maybe you know some people who really almost always go to bed early and they have to get up early in the morning. There's something that's sort of this advanced sleep phase syndrome. And this is a mutation in the proteins that underlie the circadian clock. And the circadian clock can have a different period. So maybe it's 24 hours. And one of my favorite experiments, this is not in humans or anything, this is in cyanobacteria. So these are just single cell organisms that, like us, have a circadian clock. And you might be wondering, why do they need to tell the time? They don't have a schedule to fix, to meet, right? And the reason is because they need to know when the sun is going to rise, because they need to engage the protein machinery to start doing photosynthesis. So what they did in this experiment is they got some mutations that had a period, an abnormal period of 22 hours, and another set of cyanobacteria that had a period of 26 hours. So they're both off, but they put them in the incubator in the same petri dish. So they're competing with each other for nutrients. One incubator had a period of 22 hours. So it was lights on for 11, lights off for 11. And then the other one, it was 13 on, 13 off. And sure enough, in the 22-hour period incubator, only the cyanobacteria that had the 22-hour clock survived. and because they won out the competition. But when they were in the 26-hour incubator, it was the other mutation that survived. So we need to tell time in order to engage the body, the proteins, and the brain to anticipate changes in our environment. And that's extraordinarily valuable.
Wow. Look at that. So for us, on a biological level, time happens all the way down to a cellular molecular level?
Absolutely on the scale of circadian clocks, Chuck.
Okay,
So
right.
not per seconds. You're
Right.
on the circadian level. You are not going to have cells playing music in adagio or grave, right? But for the circadian clock, absolutely.
And just, I got to remind people, because cyanobacteria are very important in the history of life on Earth, because they were the first species to put oxygen into the air. And that enabled animal life to rise up and become everything that it is now.
What was it before that, Neil? What didn't they kill by putting all the oxygen in the air?
Yeah. So there are plenty of land life forms that where oxygen would be hostile to their survival.
Right.
And they're all gone. Whatever they were, they're gone. So we owe a lot to cyanobacteria. So I'm delighted that there's this extra research going on.
For our saviors.
They're our savior. That's correct. That's correct.
Dean,
You're our creator.
There must be a reason why humankind has evolved to need to tell time.
Yeah. And why we, throughout history, paid so much attention to telling time. Like, why did we spend so much time early on trying to develop clocks, right? And in many ways, as Neil will certainly know, there's a very tight coupling between the early days of physics and astrophysics and astronomy and clocks, right?
Yeah, in fact, Galileo, my favorite Galileo stories, I mean, he basically first demonstrated that why a pendulum would make a good timekeeping device, because he was in church one day, and it must have been the summertime because windows were open and there was a breeze, and he was bored. It's a Catholic ceremony. So
Oh, that makes sense.
people know what that And so the breeze was coming in and the chandelier was swinging, and not paying attention to the utterances of the priest. He's watching it, and he noted that when it was swinging wide or when it was swinging narrow, it took the same amount of time to complete a swing. And how did he know this? He checked it against his pulse. And when it was swinging wide or when it was and not paying attention to the utterances of the priest, he's watching it, and he noted that when it was swinging wide or when it was swinging narrow, it took the same amount of time to complete a swing. And how did he know this? He checked it against his pulse. And so, assuming he wasn't getting excited during this moment, that's as good a timekeeping thing as you could have, on your own out there. And so he concluded that a pendulum, within limits, if it swings slowly or swings a little bit or a lot, it's the same period. And if that's the case, you can put pendula in clocks, and that'll be a sort of a self-regulating mechanism. That's my favorite, just a curious scientist who's bored and just makes a discovery.
That had to be the worst homily ever. My God.
No, it was well timed. It was but to go back to Gary's question, imagine what life would be if we couldn't anticipate what was about to happen. How would you be able to interact with each other, and how would you be able to catch a prey, catch a predator, avoid a prey, or avoid a predator, right? But just to show you the importance of time in culture and society, we talk about the Industrial Revolution, and the steam engine was sort of the, if you will, the engine of that advance. But in many ways, other people have argued that the real engine of the Industrial Revolution were cheap clocks, because that's when we started having factories. If you have a factory, you need to synchronize human behavior. You need to get everybody at the factory at the same time.
I thought that's what coffee did for everyone.
that helps. That certainly helps. But it doesn't, it gets people hyped up, but not necessarily in synchrony, Neil.
Mm-hmm.
So without that ability to synchronize things, then we wouldn't really have the Industrial Revolution, because you had to synchronize those factories because we needed to work together. And we've always needed to work together. So cooperation, in many ways, requires timing. As you know, you might know from, here's another football or soccer analogy there, people synchronize their movements together. So if when people are clapping, whether it's at a sporting event or in a concert, we naturally synchronize our movements. So we're incredibly attuned to each other's actions, and we use our internal clocks in order to achieve that. And then, of course, with Einstein, then, of course, a lot of that initial goals in terms of synchronizing clocks was due to train schedules, right? They need to synchronize train schedules in different parts of Europe. And that was another fundamental breakthrough for the economy that couldn't happen without reliable clocks.
Yeah, especially since train schedules are not every city at the top of the hour. It's like it took 33 minutes to get between these 2 points. So you want to be on the track 33 minutes after the hour. And I want to just close the point on the pendulum clock. So Galileo noticed this about the pendulum, but he's not credited with inventing the pendulum clock. There would be Christian Huygens.
Huygens.
And in fact, there's a probe named after him that landed on Saturn's moon, Titan. It's called the Huygens probe, made by the Europeans. That's just an aside. Anyhow, he published a book called Horologium Oscillatorium. And in there is a full discussion of timekeeping via pendulums. And so, yeah, things we just take for granted or even discard were major advances in our attempt to keep time. And that's answering your question, Chuck. Humans figured out that this is a good thing to know how to do. And then you could do other things as a group rather than be the lone wolf out there. Yeah.
So basically HR is responsible. It's HR, because we need to be able to write you up for being late. That's what this is about.
Punching the clock?
Right.
That's it right there. It's all about the punch clock.
How, Dean, were we sensing, feeling time without the addition of clocks? Because we're not perceiving it second by second, or are we? Does it flow? Is it something? Does it not?
And can I add to that? Were we, and we're talking about, of course, earlier man, because we know how we sense time now. We don't really need to sense it. We just look at our wrist or our phones or whatever. We don't give a damn. But back then, what Gary just said, were we really sensing it, or were we looking for environmental tells to alert us?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Was it from the outside or from within?
Was it from within, or was it really our environment that was kind of saying? And then also, just one last point to put on top of Gary's point, did the repetition of that environmental tell then become inculcated or incorporated within our sensory perception?
I mean, evolutionarily.
Evolutionarily, yeah. And that might be a lot. Maybe I'm way off base here, but you know.
So let me just be clear here. All mammals, so with a developed vertebrate and nervous system, tell time. And it's absolutely important for, on the scale that we're talking about, for interaction with each other. And you think about something like language, right? So language is very temporal. And here's one of my favorite examples. I want to say 2 sentences. The order of the words is the same, but the meaning is different. So they gave her cat food, or they gave her. Okay, you guys anticipate. You guys are way ahead of the game. You guys are way ahead of the game.
That's because we're smart. We figured out what you did there.
They gave her cat food, or they gave her cat food. Right. So there, you're naturally paying attention to the timing and the intervals, and that's altering your communication. And it's totally unconscious, right? You're not thinking, oh, the pause was different. So that timing is always going on. Now, Gary's original question was perception of time. That often means the conscious perception of the flow of time, which is a very deep philosophical question that implies consciousness. So one of the most salient percepts that we have is that time is always flowing. And this reaches at the core of something that has tension with physics and neuroscience that I've written about, and I'm sure you have talked about.
So the flow of time implies some self-awareness of an arrow of time, correct?
Yes, generally the case because it's generally flowing forwards. Yeah, I would say that's correct.
From the past to the future.
Yeah.
But in there, if I see someone of my family and I see them get old and die, does my self-awareness that maybe I'll get old and die too, is that part of my sense of the flow of time?
Yeah, that's a great question. That I want to come back to that specific point about death. But first, in terms of the perception of time, so many physicists would argue that the perception of time, the flow of time, that the past is no longer real, the present is real, and the future is not yet real, is an illusion or a mental construct or something imposed by the brain. And this is the debate between what we call eternalism or the block universe and presentism. So under eternalism, the past, present, future are equally real. And under presentism, only the present is real. And that's how we perceive. And this is this fundamental debate about what's the nature of time. And there's this ongoing debate where the physicists say, hey, you neuroscientists figure this out because obviously time is not flowing. Why does it feel like it's flowing? And then the neuroscientists say, well, you physicists figure this out because, time is flowing. But there's two points in physics and the physics, and it will be interesting to hear all of your opinions, but the physics is really most of an interpretation in which, because of relativity, because the physics doesn't have a specific point, you are here, it doesn't say there's anything special over here. The equations of physics are time symmetric or time reversible. So that leads to one interpretation that the past, present, and future are equally real, much like space. You can be anywhere in space, you can be any moment in time. But I've argued, and that I think the brain is telling us something true about the physical universe, that it is because we evolved to survive in a universe governed by the laws of physics, in a mesoscopic part of that universe, not at the micro, not at the cosmo, but at the mesoscopic level, to survive in this world governed by the laws of physics. So I think and have argued that it is really flowing, and our brain creates this conscious perception of the flow because it's a real part of what we experience and of the universe.
Yeah, that's a cool new word for me, mesoscopic.
Mesoscopic.
Yeah.
Generally, we would say macroscopic, microscope. You don't need a microscope to see it, but mesoscopic feels a little more authentic, like meso being middle.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Dean, we've created memories, right? So that's us understanding some timing, and I can travel backwards in my mind and revisit memories. I am present in the now, but I can throw myself forward with an imagination of what might be in X time going forward. So, as the physics of that, as opposed to the neuroscience of that, how do we interpret? And are we actually time traveling? Because we experience time dilation when we dream. I mean, your dream will last 30 seconds and it will feel like you've been in there for half an hour.
That's the whole plot line of the movie Inception.
Oh, I never saw that. Was it good?
Yeah. You go. I think that was the movie where you can go inside of someone else's dream, but the timing of it, the dream is way longer than the actual time frame. And if you do this a few times in, then it's a fraction of a second equals days or something, and so you have to budget for that as they go in and out of each other's dreams.
So what?
I only saw the spoof on Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. So are we now, if we're in the physics looking at this, is this a quantum state? And then how does the neuroscience figure this out from their angle of approach?
So I think it would be best to start that by looking at the neuroscience before we get to the physics.
Okay.
Because one of the unique things about human cognition, one thing that distinguishes us from most other animals, is our ability to do and get exactly what you're saying, Gary, which is engage in what we'll call mental time travel. Time travel, which is, you think of something as as fundamental as the invention of agriculture, right?
Yeah.
For some, it's not that complicated, right? Plant a seed, reap the benefits later. But it evades most other animals, and it evades the ability of humans to figure that out for many years. And it involves mental time travel. It says, I have to do something now that will only give me benefits months or years into the future. And that was a very hard step for us to connect the temporal dots between things that are cause and effect over weeks, months, and years.
As an immediate cause and effect would be obvious.
Absolutely.
Right? You punch somebody in the face and they're hurt and they punch you back. That's an immediate response.
they know who to blame. They know who to blame.
But the seed in the ground, oh my gosh.
This ability to jump, make these cognitive leaps across time is an incredibly sophisticated thing we do, but we're still not very good at it. And that's a problem, right? Because, climate change,
Right.
We're not acting or saving for retirement. But I go back and I think about the first ancestors that had that ability to look into the future. And this goes back to what Neil said. Can you imagine what it was like for the first human to make this cognitive leap and say, oh shit, I'm going to die, right? Because it's this ability to engage in mental time travel that we became aware of death. And many people have argued that there was a coevolution between our ability to engage in mental time travel and religion, because religion was the antidote to this vision that we saw, that we were going to die. So it said, well, don't worry, there's another life after this. And there's a great quote by Jorge Luis Borges that says, except for man, all animals are immortal, for they are ignorant of death. I don't know if that's true, but it captured the point.
That's a great quote, even if it's not fully true.
Yeah. So with respect to looking into the future, though, I look in my backyard and I see squirrels going freaking nuts, no pun intended, in the fall, hiding food because they know that food won't be there. Is that not also a form of looking into the future?
Okay,
Or is it blind instinct?
Yes. So that's probably the answer, Neil, is that they're programmed to do that. So a squirrel that never experienced a winter will still do the same thing. But not only that, Chuck.
Interesting.
Consider this, Chuck. Humans have been known to engage in future-oriented activities without necessarily thinking what will happen 9 months into the future.
Yeah, that's called screwing.
That's right.
Why do they do that?
You left that for our imagination, Chuck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was setting up so he didn't. So no one had to say that, Chuck.
Well, I mean, I said it for the kids.
But, thank you, Chuck. But the point is that the squirrels are probably engaging in that activity because it brings them pleasure.
In one of the final days of Spirit Airlines, there had to be one more. The finale? That's it.
She missed a flight. She argued at a counter.
What a surprise.
She left in handcuffs, charged with a felony. May 4th, 2025, Fort Lauderdale Airport. One question. Did the punishment fit the moment?
Okay, here we go.
Ma'am, what? Ma'am, what? I haven't done anything. I'm speaking to Spirit Airlines about my flight.
Uh-huh.
About my flight.
It's gonna go 2 ways.
No, it's not gonna go any way because I haven't done anything.
It's gonna go. See, immediate. Oh, it's Spirit Airlines. All right. Yeah.
Violent. I haven't done anything. All I did was speak. All I did was speak.
Uh-huh.
Broward County Sheriff's Office. What did you come over here to do when I'm talking to Spirit Airlines. I'm not disrupting anybody. I'm talking to her. I'm not disrupting anybody. I'm talking to her. I'm disrupting anybody. I'm talking to her. I understand that. I'm trying to get some information. No, I'm getting clarification. BS, okay, come over here when I'm getting clarification about my business matters. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't insulted her. I haven't cussed her. I haven't touched her. I haven't done anything.
Not yet.
I can stay right here and talk about my flight. You coming over here and trying to intimidate me ain't gonna do anything. Because I haven't done anything illegal.
Do I look intimidating? You're the one that's looking intimidating.
I didn't do anything illegal. So you coming over here to come in my business has nothing to do anything. Be a soul. Be a soul.
So she's done?
Be a soul.
Okay, so you gotta leave. Okay.
No, I'm talking about my flight.
You gotta leave.
I'm talking about my flight. I'm talking about my flight.
All right.
No, don't touch my stuff.
Listen. We're gonna give you 10 seconds. Let's go, please.
We're gonna give you 10 seconds. Yep, we're gonna give you 10 seconds. Bro, the airport police do not fuck around with you. All right, 10 seconds. It's time for you to go.
No, what you're not gonna do is touch me. I haven't done anything.
Let's go. Come on, ma'am.
Have I done anything, sir? No, don't touch me. No, please, don't touch me. You cannot touch me.
You do that, it's gonna be a problem.
I'm not even touching you. I'm not doing anything.
You're gonna walk or not?
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
Jesus.
Am I being arrested? Am I being arrested?
I love how, like, they still think that they can make a scene like this, like you're gonna be the next George Floyd because you're crashing out at Spirit Airlines because you missed your flight. Like, the entire era of, oh my God, these racist police officers or these terrible, evil police officers, that with body cams, that's over. Sorry, that's over.
Am I being arrested? Am I being arrested? Am I being arrested? Am I being arrested? No, but am I being arrested? But am I being arrested? Am I being arrested? This is against my law.
Just go ahead.
Am I being arrested?
Now you
Am
are.
I being arrested?
Now you are.
Am I being arrested? For what?
Just grabbed her fucking phone, got her luggage. There it is.
Am I being arrested?
See, this is the way they need, like, this is literally 2 minutes into this, they already got her packed up. Like, this is the way that needs to be every single time.
I did was talk to the Spirit Airline, and I asked you not to forcibly touch me.
Now we're done. All right. That's it. Simple. That was simple.
So you're going to arrest me to talk to Spirit Airlines.
Yep.
I haven't forcibly done anything. I haven't touched anybody. I talked to Spirit Airlines. You're arresting me.
Well,
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything.
You're going to forcibly arrest me.
yeah, for trespassing.
For trespassing where? I have a Spirit Airlines ticket.
Yeah.
I'm not being deported. I'm talking.
The charge, trespassing on critical infrastructure, Florida Statute Section 0975. Under this statute, airports qualify as critical infrastructure. Willful refusal to depart after a lawful request is a third-degree felony. Up to 5 years in state prison for a consumer dispute at an airline counter. But Florida Statute Section 81008 defines trespass as remaining in a structure without authorization, license, or invitation.
Especially when they tell you to leave.
The subject held a valid Spirit Airlines ticket. A ticketed passenger arguably retains an implied license to be present. If no authorized representative formally communicated a departure warning before arrest, the probable cause foundation fractures, and so does the charge.
You're squeezing it. You're hurting me. He's 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 hurting me. I'm not pulling away from you.
Of course. Bro, the entire country is so tired of this. They're so tired of this. Like, nobody cares anymore. Nobody gives a fuck. This is totally fucking over.
You're hurting me. Howard, you're hurting me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm not pulling away. I'm still with you. I'm still with you. Stop pulling my arm. You are. Stop.
The theatrics, the emotional plays, everything.
Now.
It's.
And you're still squeezing my arm. Stop squeezing it. Stop squeezing my arm.
Man.
You are squeezing me. Stop squeezing me. Videotape, you're squeezing me.
Uh-huh.
You are. Stop.
He's not even paying attention to her. Uh-huh.
Get your hands. Please. He's hurting me. He's hurting me.
He's hurting. Oh, God.
He's touching me on purpose. And then he's pulling my arm. Look how it's all skewed. It's hurting me.
Just explain to me so I know what.
She did tell you more.
Who?
When she was the gay agent, I had to run.
What happened?
What happened?
Over here.
Just tell me what happened so I know.
Oh, Paola closed the gate.
I know what.
She did tell you more.
Who?
When she was the gay agent, I had to run.
What happened?
What happened?
Over here.
Just tell me what happened so I know.
Oh, Paola closed the door at 14.
Okay.
Okay? She walked in, and then as soon as she walked in, see this lady sprinting.
Okay.
And then she came to the counter. I'm like, ma'am, you're going to have to go to across from G10 to the read book. Before I even get to finish my sentence, she started getting all rowdy. Calling me names, telling
So
me
they did see her. It's not like there was some random thing where, like, basically she was seen, she received service, she didn't like what they told her, so then she wouldn't leave. I mean, like, it's not even a possibility.
get me on the flight, and then I called her,
Yeah.
and then she could hear her screaming when she was coming down. She just kept getting hot, like
Can I get a picture of your little thing? So basically, she came here already had an attitude. Right?
yeah.
She was late.
She said she was at the wrong gate, whatever day she was at.
Okay.
We don't have E13.
No, that's in Terminal 3.
No, we don't have E13.
Oh, no, not E13, but yeah, that's in Terminal 3.
Yeah, but I'm trying to explain to her, ma'am. Well, that's what the person said when I walked out of TSA.
No one said that.
No one said
So,
that.
okay, so.
Nobody said that?
When I
Right.
came to talk to her, she wanted to get all loud. So I already knew what was going to happen. So, okay.
Listen to what he just said.
And when I came to talk to her, she wanted to get all loud. So I already knew what was going to happen.
Immediately, bro. He clocked it in like probably 3 seconds. She's yelling, getting mad. Okay. All right. Yep. And we're going to get your stuff and we're going to we're going to solve this problem in 3 minutes, okay?
So, okay.
That's why he's a sheriff.
I needed
Yeah.
her name because I wanted her to document. So before you come, that's what she was trying to give me. Because I said, can I see your boarding pass?
Yeah, how long you going to be here for?
So 1 a.m. I got to this flight.
Oh, so you're going to, so you'll be here in 20 minutes?
How'd you hear the plane leave without her? Yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right.
The subject cited Miranda throughout the arrest.
Oh.
Under Miranda versus Arizona 38436, advisement is required before interrogation, not at handcuffing. With no interrogation initiated, no Miranda violation occurred.
Wow.
The deputy's procedural silence was legally sound. On use of force, the subject complained of pain during the arm escort.
Of course.
Under Graham versus Connor, 490 U.S. 386, force is judged to be objective reasonableness, offense severity, threat level, and active resistance.
Yeah, I'm sure this looks totally unreasonable. Walking her to the car.
Non-violent but actively non-compliant. Soft empty hand control was within authorized parameters. However, documented pain complaints on camera open direct civil exposure under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983.
Surely she's going to win a civil suit for that.
I'm warning
Surely.
you right now. Listen. I'm
Listen.
not going to talk to you. You kick my door again. I'm going to press charges for messing up my vehicle. Yes, you do it again. You do it again. Okay, you do it again.
What's wrong with your vehicle?
You do it again.
Are you pressing charges against me? Yes or no?
Ma'am, you're going to jail. Yes, you're going to jail for trespassing.
Yes. I love this cop. He just does not want to put up with this shit at all.
You're going to jail. That's it. Simple.
They already told you.
I'm done.
Trespassing.
Kick my door again. I'm a add charges. I'm a add charges.
Where did I trespass at?
I'm telling you right now.
I'm pressing charges. And where did I trespass at?
Oh, God.
Sir.
I'm done talking.
I'm done talking with you. Nope.
You know where.
You know. You know.
Okay. All right, then.
I'm trying to get clarification.
All right, no problem.
You didn't even give me my Miranda rights when you arrested me.
Okay.
You didn't even give me my Miranda rights when you arrested me. You arrested me with no Miranda rights. You arrested me with no Miranda.
There's a way that they can like turn them off, right? Like you can like can you imagine like having to drive listening to this fucking thing the whole time? Holy fuck, you got a demon in your back seat going ape shit like that. Holy fuck. I'd be fucking mad. Really?
Miranda rights. You didn't
It's
give me the
crazy.
right to be silent. You arrested me with no Miranda rights.
Uh-huh.
You arrested me with no justification on what you're arresting me for.
Yep.
You're taking me to jail with no clarification on why I'm being arrested. You're saying I'm trespassing.
How is it that everybody else knows why you're being arrested? Everybody knows why except you. That's crazy.
I have a ticket to be. Always a black man. Always a black man. Always.
Uh-huh. And now we're going into the new one. Classic.
Ticket to be. Always a black man. Always a black man. Always. I hate y'all.
Ma'am.
I hate y'all.
Okay, now. Okay, now.
What the fuck? God damn.
Okay, now I'm not talking.
Shut up. I hate y'all. If it's not you guys beating on us, it's you guys doing some shit. You guys are always attacking us. Like, I hate black men. I hate y'all. I hate y'all. I hate y'all. I hate you guys so much.
Remember what I said about them witch trials, bro? Like, I get it. I get it, bro. Like, what else could be the reason, man? Like, I mean, really? God damn. I get it.
Like, if it wasn't not one thing that a black man will do to a black woman, it's another thing. If it was a white girl, I swear to God you wouldn't have gone to this lane. But because
Uh-huh.
I'm black, you want to make sure you don't throw the block at me. I hate y'all. Black men are the worst. Black men never protect
Yeah,
my
19K, yeah.
Black men are worst. I pray you.
Did she just say black men are fucking?
Black men never protect
Yeah,
my
19K, yeah.
Black men are worst.
Oh my God.
I pray if you have daughters, black men them up too, like you are trying to me up now. You got kids, I pray they go through this shit.
And this
Every
is
last
Virginia,
one
that
of
is
them.
this.
I hope they get all this shit over something.
Just driving. He's just driving. And this fucking freak is just crashing out in the back seat. It's just, yeah. Uh-huh. God damn.
If not worse, I pray that shit rains on your family's head.
14 Alpha, 10-year case number is 1741.
They shall never rest because of this shit.
Long day at work.
I rain on your head, your kid's head,
Uh-huh.
your kid's head, your kid's head. I rain on the generations from you that they will never rest over this night.
And that's why they said they were casting spells. Is the way she was just talking. Bro, see, that's the reason why they said y'all were witches. That's the exact, and you know what? Honestly, I mean, what other reason could there be? I don't know. That's good enough for me.
They will never rest. They will never rest. They will never
She casting curses.
anything good in their life.
The deputies receive a B, tactically sound and procedurally correct. But the felony charge invites proportionality scrutiny the courts must resolve.
Oh my
The subject
God.
receives a D. She entered this encounter with constitutional protections intact
She
and
did.
surrendered every one through escalation.
Everything was fine.
The department receives a B-. No clear guidance on when the felony level statute applies versus misdemeanor trespass. 3 lessons. 1, Miranda warnings apply before interrogation, not at the moment of arrest. 2, a valid ticket does not override a formal trespass request. Comply first, litigate later. 3, the First Amendment protects speech, but conducting the same encounter can eliminate that protection entirely. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.
Dude, this part is my favorite. of him just driving.
First, I pray if you have daughters, black men, them up too, like you are trying to me up now.
This is just.
You got kids, I pray they go through this.
This is my favorite part.
And
He's just driving.
I hope they get
with
all
this.
this shit over something minimal. If not worse. I pray that shit rains on your family's head.
14 Alpha, 10-year case number is 1741.
They shall never rest because of this shit here. I rain on your head, your kid's head, your kid's head, your kid's head. I rain on the generations for you that they will never rest over this now. They will never rest.
It's a long ride back to the station.
They will never see anything good in their life.
Oh my God. All of this over nothing. Like, really, over nothing, because you missed your flight. Really, I mean, spell interrupted. She's casting generational spells. Yeah, this is a new channel. Like, this was really fucking funny. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this was, like, the ending of it, like, because usually a lot of these are, like, really high intensity. This one was a lot more relaxed, and especially the end, just listening to him driving her to the station, just crashing out. This is, like, fucking, oh my God. Just flawless, man. The last day of Spirit. Well, it was actually from last year, but yeah. Which cops? Oh, where are they now from their superstars? That would be a really good idea. Yeah, and just
14 Alpha, 10-year case number is 1741.
They shall never rest because of this shit here.
Which ASMR? Exactly, bro. Like, can you imagine how annoyed he must be? Oh my fucking God. And like the funniest thing, as I said, it's just how they just immediately pack her up. Just instantaneous.
Ma'am, what? Ma'am, what? Ma'am, what? I haven't done anything. I'm speaking to Spirit Airlines about my flight. Okay. About my flight.
It's gonna go 2 ways.
No, it's not gonna go any way.
It's not gonna go any way.
Rains on your family's head.
14 Alpha, 10-year case number is 1741.
They shall never rest.
Yeah. Well, you picked the wrong way. It went one way. Like, he immediately clocked it. He said, you can fuck up or not. It's funny every time. I know. It's crazy how cops don't crash out and shoot more people. I know. It's a surprise. It's a shock. Oh my God, man. I had to watch this. I gotta take a break early today. I gotta do some shit. And I got a show I gotta do later on. And so I gotta call it a day. I can hang out for like 10 more minutes, but then we gotta rest, relax, and chill out. But I told you guys I would watch one. And we're gonna watch one. So we did. I hope you guys liked it. I liked that one a lot. It was really fucking funny, man. It was hilarious. And they deal with more than you realize. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, these people are just out of their fucking minds. And yeah, are you going to the audit? Caleb messaged me this morning. I didn't read the whole message. It was kind of a long message. I haven't read it yet. I just got up and then started streaming. So I'm gonna probably do that in a bit. And then I'm gonna look at other things, obviously. Bro, I seriously don't understand what you understood. You understand which odds more we see these videos, the more I understand. Yeah. Like, the thing is, like, I really feel like it makes a lot of sense why they had the witch trials. I do. I totally understand. Honestly.
This shit here. I rain on your head, your kid's head, your kid's head, your kid's head.
I mean, like, that's literally an extra. I mean, like, how can you, as a guy in, like, the year 1600, listen to that and not think that she needs an exorcism? Like, if I heard that and I was a God-fearing man in the year 1622, I would think, oh my God, get the priest. He's here. In this town right now, he's here. I would. Like, the devil has made his way to the new world. Go get him. Yeah, exactly. The devil's taking my wife. Get the stakes. I know. And I don't see how you don't come to that conclusion. I really don't. Like, yeah, duh, of course. How's your stomach? It's fine. I'm fine. I just, I slept probably not as much as I should have. But, yeah, I'm listening to it in 2025. She needs an exorcism. Yeah. A reasonable man would hear this and say that she's possessed. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would see this if they're possessed. Please give us a date on Death Stranding. Soon. It's going to be really soon. I don't mind having another witch hunt. Honestly, well, no one else acts. Yeah, I mean, I really think that we need to lock these people up. I do. I think that we need to just identify that we obviously have a bunch of crazy people. There's a bunch of nutballs, and they're out of control. And we need to just round them all up and put them in an institution. Put them in the crazy box. And then everything else is going to be fine. Like, the moment that you have somebody talking about casting spells, now you're going in the box. We've had enough. We don't need any more casting spells. No spells. There are no wizards in this country. She transformed in seconds, bro. It's fucking scary. No, you can tell that. So it's actually really easy to predict what these people are going to do. That's how both of the cops clocked it instantly. So the reason why they're able to do it is that they can see how the moment that a person is not capable of a rational thought and de-escalation, it's immediately evident that this is not a person of a sound mind. Like, this is a nutball, this is a crazy person. Sometimes you can just look at them and you know they're crazy. Like, you know they're out of their mind. And, like, this is, like, just another example. Airports are high-stress places, too. Exactly. You're just casting generational curses? That's crazy. Of course. Do a search for African pathologist. You think you could get, like, a witch doctor from Haiti to, like, come in and, like, try to, like, figure out, like, what to do about this? Honestly, like, I'm why not, right? I mean, like, you gotta do whatever you can. I mean, I don't know what else you could do. Why is it normal in our society why isn't it normal in our society to lock such people up? The reason why is because these people are... So the overwhelming majority of people never have to deal with these people. You never see them. You don't even know that they exist. So, like, these are people for the bottom quintile of society to deal with. So, like, if you're in the bottom 20% of the population, you have to deal with these freaks all the time. But if you're especially in the top half of you know, like, income and everything, you really never even have to see these people. Quartile? I mean, sure. I don't know if that's the right word. But, like, you know, the bottom 20% of people have to deal with this a lot. And I think the bottom 10%, it's a lot more, too. So, ivory tower is a real thing. Yeah, and so people don't really... They're able to look at this from, like, a position of, like... They're able to look at it and intellectualize it not being a bad thing. Because they're saying, like, well, this woman couldn't help, or the police officers could have done this differently, or whatever. And because they don't have any experience with people like this, they're not able to, and this is the issue, is that people like this they behave like animals. So, like, if you figure out, like, the way that one horse acts, you're going to understand the way that most horses act, right? But you can't think like a horse. You have to just figure out what horses think like, and then base decisions off of that. And that's the way crazy people are, is that crazy people, a lot of times what people do is that they impose their own logic and reasoning onto a crazy person. They say, well, you know, that's not what I would do. Well, that would bother me too. Your frame of reference for evaluating things is not their frame of reference for evaluating things. Like, the way that they look at the world is, like, so profoundly different that the only way that you can understand them is by just dealing with a bunch of them over time and then trying to piece together commonalities. And so what happens is that you have people that have no experience with commonalities. And so what happens over time and then trying to piece together commonalities. And so what happens is that you have people that have no experience with these personalities. And so what happens is that you have people that have no experience with these types of individuals that are trying to impose their own reasoning onto those individuals and then think about what would they do in that situation. But you can't do that. It's like you can't reason a person out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. I think this is a perfect example of that. The crazy part is the Christian behave better than this. Yeah, of course. On our high horse looking down. So basically they're able to intellectualize and to, compartmentalize this issue because they don't ever actually think about like what these people actually do. They never had to deal with one of these people. It's easy for them to say when they don't have to deal with it. Yeah, exactly, right? Because and there's also like a degree of ego to it where they think that like I could calm the crazy person down. There are instances where some people can, but it's usually coincidental. The reality is that most of the people that do this kind of stuff are just mentally ill freaks. And if you can calm them down or get them to relax or whatever, yeah, maybe you can, maybe you can't. But generally it's not possible. It's almost sad because they don't understand what police actually deal with. Yeah, I know. This happens when you don't parent when they're little. I have no idea. Body cams have been changing this at a decent pace. Next stop is put them in boxes instead of letting them loose on the streets. I agree with that. Call them retard whisperers. Well, and that's what a lot of these cops do, right? Is like they're experts in dealing with these people because they like you think about it, right? Who are the people that are going to have all the problems? Well, the people like this, right? These people are considered victims. Any consequence are unjustified because they don't know better. And the problem too is that it's the other premise that these people are not capable of any degree of thinking at all. They actually are capable of thinking to exercise it. They choose not to exercise it or engage it at all. And I think the reason why is because they don't have to. It's as bad as the videos are. It's a million times worse in major cities. Oh, I know. People are just fucking... I mean, you know what my opinion on these people are, right? And so, like, I fully understand it. I fully, I know how bad it is.
What started as just a meme sent by one of my friends turned into this scammer's worst nightmare. You said something with AI. Do you like AI?
What?
Do you know ChatGPT? I was wondering if AI could help me fill out my McAfee refund form on my computer screen right now.
Stop immediately. Are you filling up the form?
Do not fill out that form. This is a very common refund scam. The person on the phone is trying to steal your bank.
Stop being stupid. Okay?
I can't help it.
You can't help it? Then
number
shut your mouth,
says
okay?
Number.
Shut your mouth.
I don't transaction
Put your
number.
fingers in your
No. This is a scammer's worst nightmare. ChatGPT, I just bought a Google Play card. Do I click redeem?
That's exactly right. You've got the process down perfectly.
Can you
It
please
says
listen
click on the
to
redeem
me?
button.
To where you are redeeming?
I'm clicking it.
Who
I'm
is
redeeming
getting
it.
that money? Who
You
is
are.
getting that money?
You're getting the money. That's
I'm not getting that
$1,000.
money. Jesus, please save me.
Hello? It starts off like most tech support scams.
Can you please confirm your ID number so that I can connect you with the AI robotics server to able to find if there is any hacker, and if there is any hacker, we need to remove them so that we can able to provide you a cancellation form. Okay.
Okay. You said something with AI.
All right.
Do you like AI?
What is the ID number?
Do you know ChatGPT? Now, for the record, he is the one that brought up AI first, not me. I really do like ChatGPT. It's always telling me,
Oh, your questions are clever.
How thoughtful I am.
You're brilliant. You're excellent. You have such insight.
And how interesting my questions are.
And I love it.
If I could date ChatGPT, I would. If I could marry it.
No issues with that. So, sir,
No
can
issues.
you
Not a
please
single one.
allow us?
Do you ever use ChatGPT?
Yes, sir. I use ChatGPT, but basically I use my sources and my information from my end, so that I don't have to use ChatGPT.
Oh, you do your own research.
Because I don't believe AI much. Right.
I see what kind of guy I'm talking to. You got your own sources and your own research. Nice.
Right. Okay. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, sir, I'm gonna provide you a whole.
I'm something of a scientist myself, actually.
Uh-huh.
I have a question. What happens when ChatGPT can take your job and it can help people over the phone?
I don't think so that ChatGPT can able to take our jobs because they can't able to provide the services we can able to provide.
Like what? Name one.
The ChatGPT, they will only give you ideas, solutions, and all those things, but they won't
it'll only
be
give
able
you
to help
solutions.
you with any other things.
And you offer something else.
Right.
Other than solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So ChatGPT can give you solutions,
services.
And you provide solutions, or you might say non-lutions.
We provide services. No, sir. We provide services. Right.
I don't know. I think AI could take your job someday. I don't know. If you could help me, that would mean a lot. He starts with trying to connect to my computer, which basically means he wants to take full control of my device. It says allow remote control and control remote computer. And people who have watched my previous videos will know that this is a massive red flag.
Now, can you see your mouse pointer is moving on your computer screen?
Yeah. It's doing a little squiggle. Giving strangers access to your computer is giving them access to your entire private life. It's your emails, your bank account, maybe even that cool Minecraft house you built. And this is where I will shamelessly plug the software I built to block scammers from connecting to any computer, Seraph Secure. It stops scammers like this guy from connecting to your computer entirely. And you can even get notifications if one of your family members who has Seraph installed is getting targeted by scammers. I'm gonna let this scammer connect to my computer so I can ruin his day, and this is his excuse.
First, we will gonna run a scan on your computer.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT can't do this.
We're gonna provide you a cancellation.
We're about to see the services.
Right.
Oh baby.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited for this.
You're excited for the services provided by us, right?
Yeah, I'm wondering, maybe I'll take a picture of it on my phone, and I'm gonna ask ChatGPT if it knows how to do it.
I understand with that, sir, but right now we don't have a lot of time, okay? Because
listen, right now I don't have a lot of time. I just want to know, can you do this? Because the guy on the phone's telling me that AI could never take his job.
No, sir. Now, what you can see on your computer screen, can you please let me know?
Explain what is happening on your screen. But the person you are talking to is wrong for a very specific reason. His job is a scam. Real Microsoft support agents do not behave this way. They don't type scary messages into your command prompt or call you out of the blue to warn you about your IP address.
Wait. What are you saying? You're saying this guy isn't offering services? He told me he was providing services. It wrote no.
Hello?
Wait, what is this? It says many persons tries to get in your IP. What does that mean?
Sir, you are being hacked by the hackers.
Okay, so ChatGPT was wrong.
So
ChatGPT was wrong. Okay. Okay, sorry. Sorry, forgive me, sir. That got out of hand. Please help me with the IP. I swear I'm not going to use ChatGPT anymore.
Now, what do you see on your computer screen, sir?
McAfee, together is power.
That means, sir, you got the cancellation form. So you need to write my name over there.
I was wondering if AI can help me fill out my McAfee refund form on my computer screen right now.
Sir, hello?
Stop
sir,
immediately.
Are you filling up the form?
Do not fill out that form. This is a very common refund scam. The person on the phone is trying to steal your banking information.
No. No. He is not trying to steal my money. He is providing a service. I'm just asking if you can help me fill out the form because it's not something I want to do.
I hear that you want to get this form out of the way, but I cannot help you fill it out. The image.
Gosh darn it! You're right. ChatGPT's not any good at this stuff. Do you think that I should invest in AI or ChatGPT?
You shouldn't invest in AI.
No?
You shouldn't.
Okay, what should I invest in?
You should invest in, like, Bitcoin.
I knew it. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something else. As soon as the letter B came out of your mouth, I thought you were going to say beehives.
That's not like beehives.
But bees.
Yesterday, there was an event. Let's say there was an event. And it was between these two individuals. Now, you might not know who this is. Spend 5 minutes on Instagram Reels, you're going to find out. You are going to find out exactly who this is. Now, Super Hot Fire, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know who this guy is. But anyway, this guy, Paul Miller, Gypsy Crusader, is like a huge white nat. He goes on, different websites, and he just calls black people the N-word. And he's one of those people, right? Super, super, super racist. And they had him obviously going up against a black guy. Crazy, crazy fight card. Insane fight card. So this is the pre-event. Is my audio broken again? Oh my God.
Why would you? All right, take it easy, relax. I don't even. I know.
And you're talking about what you say about what you say about my frontal lobe?
I said
you
try
said
the
something about my
impulse
frontal
control.
lobe?
Yes, you're lacking.
Nigga, you got that from Django, bitch.
You lack it. You lack
You got that from Django. Everybody see that. You learn how to be racist. You learn how to be racist.
This damn likely while you up this. Yeah, we could go right now. Both those right now.
at that point, like, I'm just not interested in engaging with that. Like, if you think Israel is a bigger problem than Iran, when Iran is screaming death to America constantly and blowing up American soldiers for, like, literally years, funding terrorists that we've been trying to deal with for years, I don't want to hear about it. And I think that overwhelmingly, this is one thing that's really important to keep in mind, is that on social media, you're going to see a lot of people from these other parts of the world that the reason why they hate Israel isn't because of their involvement in American politics. They want to tell you that that's the reason, but they actually might just hate Jews, and it has nothing to do with that at all. And, you know, if they can make American voters and the American population think that, you know, Israel is a bad actor, then hopefully they can weaken Israel's position because they have like an ideological enemy in Israel. And I'm not saying that Israel is like good, but what I'm saying is that these people aren't on your side either. These are people that would also want to demographically replace you. These are people that also think that America is full of infidels. These are people who are also, you know, not Western culture people. Like, these are people from a different group that are trying to convince you that by going against Israel, you're being in favor of America. You're not. You're just siding with one foreign power over another foreign power. And that's what it is. Why not hate both? You can hate both, but we're talking about Iran right now. So if you're constantly trying to reframe things around Israel, it's pretty obvious what you're trying to do. So yeah, so many Pakistani bot farms, I swear. It's not Pakistani bot farms entirely. I mean, the fact is that there's a lot of people that have the internet that are in these countries that are expressing themselves and think these things. It's really just that simple. I'll see if there's anything more to this. Real military, is that the U.S. treated Iran like Venezuela and not that other empire? Well, I don't really know yet. Fight for the world's greatest resource, hearts and minds, the American people? Exactly, yes. Most hate Israel because of the Gaza situation. I think that you underestimate how much of it is a religious anti-Semitic reason. They've hated Israel forever, right? They've wanted to blow up Israel forever. Like, it has nothing to do with that. I think that for many of them it doesn't. Let me see if there's any more of this. Too crazy. If Iran continues to attack U.S. ship, we'll wipe them off the face of the earth. Okay, well, apparently that's what happened. And so I'll see if there's anything else. What percentage of the world do you think just hates Israel? I have no idea. I don't really care. It's not, honestly, like, the opinion, like, that has nothing to do with me, right? I mean, like, what I think the U.S. should do is the U.S. should protect the United States interests. Whether that is Iran, Israel, China, Russia, Ukraine, the Congo, or Venezuela, the focus should be around creating and protecting U.S. interests. That's what matters the most. It should not, like, I don't really, it doesn't matter to me, like, what other people's political opinions are on the other side of the world, or, like, who doesn't and does like it. The focus should be around making sure that we're doing what's in our best interest. We don't hate Israel because of Jews, nor do you have anything against you or the West to replace infidels or whatever. It has nothing to do with religion. Israel's a terrorist stolen state. Well, I don't really care, honestly. Like, I have no interest and no bearing. Like, I don't want to debate with you. I don't want to argue with you, because it's just like Iran. People like this will just lie, misrepresent things, and then work and back channel against you later on. I don't care what you guys think. It doesn't matter to me. The focus should be around getting rid of Iran and making sure that Iran is not able to fund terrorist networks and terrorist proxies. That's what really matters. That's what I care about. I don't care about what some ideology is. I don't care about Israel, what Israel did, or I don't care about any of this. The focus should be around making sure that the Iran government is neutralized so they can never threaten America or any other country, destabilize waterways, or cause and fund terrorism around the world ever again. That is the focus. It is that singular, defined, specific purpose that I am advocating for. Everything else after that, everything else before that, I don't really care about it. That's what matters to me. Does that make sense? Let's try to make focus on that. Yeah. And so, like, it did in Afghanistan. Well, I don't know about Afghanistan. It has nothing to do with that, right? And Iran's displaced millions of Muslims in Europe. Yeah, I think that's obviously true. I mean, I think very clearly that's true. Israel's interest is exactly that, and you're not alone. Well, Israel's interest is not relevant to me. If it aligns with my interests, then great. Maybe you can work with Israel, the same as it seems like we're working with the UAE. If Israel's interest isn't aligned with us, then we should focus on our own interest instead. It's great to have allies, right? It's good to have extra help in the region. I think we should take all the help we can get. It's going to be hard to displace Iran. Obviously, that's it. And I don't get it. I just want to see the IRGC gone, so my toddlers, whenever they're my age, won't be doing this again. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. And I think that overwhelmingly, there are people that are trying to effectively use Israel as a kind of like a red herring away from Iran. They don't care about Israel. They care about protecting Iran. Israel is just the tool that they're using to distract you. The main focus is that Iran is funding terrorism. Iran is bombing ships. They are violating international law. And they've been doing it for years. And they also fund people that do it even worse than they do directly. Not true. You can say whatever you want. Like, at this point, like, I'm not going to be in the business anymore of trying to disabuse people of the notion that Iran is dangerous. If you think that they're not dangerous, then you're totally right. You think whatever you want. Like, at that point, like, you've clearly bought into propaganda and you're just not being rational at all. You think so? Yeah, I do. I do. I completely think so. I think that if Iran had a nuclear weapon, it would destabilize the entire Middle East, and it would cause a nuclear arms race in the Middle East, and it would ultimately lead to more unrest and a more dangerous world. It would be a huge problem. Iran's leadership's out of their mind. They might actually nuke someone. Maybe, right? I mean, like, when Iran is, and here's the question, right? When Iran is bombing and attacking multiple different countries that had nothing to directly do with attacking them, how can, and also putting mines in international waters just to stop anybody from going through a strait that they don't even control, right? Like, they have no autonomy to control that water. That's international waters. So they just think that they don't have to follow the rules. What do you think the chances are that they're going to use a nuclear bomb? I think it's very, very high. So they're terrorists. Yeah, it's a terrorist government. It's a terrorist ideology. And it is a, you know, obviously a manifested terrorist actions. And the only way that you can approach it and do anything about it is if you go and get rid of them. There are no negotiations. There is no agreements. There are nothing. You can't do anything with these people other than wipe them out. That's it. They're pirates. Yeah, they're pirates. So everything else besides that is just a waste of time. Is this? Oh my God. So this is 30 minutes ago. This seems like it's AI generated. What a surprise. It's Israel getting bombed. Many such cases. Iran's military statement. Is this the same guy? Let me see if I can find this, if there's any more of this. What is this? Announced the 3 Navy SEALs. Oh boy. And came under Iranian attack. There's more of this. What do you think about all the insider trading your president's doing on oil? I mean, you don't really care about that. And I mean, like, you obviously just want to undermine Trump, right? It has nothing to do with insider trading. You don't care about insider trading. Like, if you did, you'd look at all the other Democrat politicians. Like, why even engage with somebody? This is the thing, is that a lot of times people think that they're going to be able to, well, I'm going to try to use your values against you so you can agree with me that your guys are bad. No, I'm not going to do that. It's not interesting to me. I don't care about it. So again, I'm going to try to use your values against you so you can agree with me that your guys are bad. No, I'm not going to do that. It's not interesting to me. I don't care about it. So again, like, because I know that these people are unprincipled. So why would I try to, like, hold on to and adhere to what I would say my principles are with people that are just simply trying to use my principles as a tool to do whatever they want? Why would I do that? It's just a game.
I want to talk today about an issue that bothers me a lot. It's that most physicists believe the speed of light is an ultimate, absolute, It's not every day that I see an explanation for the beginning of the universe. Today I have one that was published in PRL, which is the top journal in physics, and it did make quite a few headlines. This new idea elegantly does away with the problem of quantum gravity, and it also tells us what happened before time began. Let's have a look. The biggest open problem in the foundations of physics is that Einstein's theory of gravity, general relativity, doesn't cooperate with quantum mechanics. It's a problem because gravity is caused by matter, and we know that the matter has quantum...